All right, it's been an interesting morning of experimentation. I gotta say that. I definitely, one moment, need to say that for sure. Oh my goodness gracious, what is going on? So you probably notice a little bit different scenario than I have done before. Normally, I am in a natural setting, my natural entrepreneurial habitat of basically working somewhere near a window. Hi, Liberty. Thanks for joining me from the UK, darling. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. So I have had this this kind of interesting barrier as an entrepreneur in the places that I've been living. Hello, Trisha, darling. Nice to see you. So we will get into that in just a minute. I'm going to, just in time for tea. Oh, I really could use a cup of tea. Oh, that would be nice. So I've been a few more people come in as we get talking about this because obviously this is my giant phallic microphone. This is my Blue Yeti. Enjoy. Doing a little experiment with that as well. Trying to figure that out. You will notice the lighting change here and there. Also part of the experiment that's happening right now. So here's what's going on. I'm experimenting with some audio video shenanigans because like most entrepreneurs, especially, oh, hi mom. It's interesting to see your mom come on to one of these things. So I'm always interested to see what happens. So I'm a big experimenter. I'm always kind of batting the ball of yarn around like a cat, right? So audio video shenanigans that I'm experimenting with right now because I want to be out in front. I want to be getting my voice, unleashing my voice out to the world. It's what I show other people. So what do? I experiment on myself. I'm my own guinea pig, right? It is that N of one experiment that if you took any research methods back in the day, that's what we did. So here's a funny thing. For months, nay, years, I would say, I have had this issue with shooting video anywhere that I've lived, simply because I'm much more of an audio professional. I can set up audio from pretty much anywhere and make it work. But video has so many more moving parts to it that my best bet has always been to simply hold up the phone, start the camera. That's always how it's worked out the best. But I am doing so much video these days. I'm getting in front of so many groups that are asking me to do video. I was constantly moving my laptop around because usually your phone doesn't work, constantly trying to find the right lighting in my house, that I decided to do some experimentation and see if I could set up a reliable place in the very limited space I have in a home to do something where I could go, hey, that's my spot. That's my spot. I can just go there and make it work. So here is, hi Stephanie, my SMF, yay. Hi Deborah, thanks for joining me. Hi Amanda. Oh my God, it's like romper room. I get so excited. So for those of you who have not met Amanda Doherty, by the way, she is the beer fairy. She has a fabulous podcast called The Great Beer Adventure, so highly recommend. And Deborah Sandella, if you have not checked out her fabulous work, just buy her book. Just go look her up and buy her book. That's what you got to do. All right, so back to me, because it's all about me, right? No, just kidding. No, it really is. Anyway, so finding the right lighting for video. So I watched all of these videos on 3-point lighting, and everybody's in this large space of a very dark room. I don't have a large space in a very dark room. I live in Florida. Okay, not a lot of dark rooms in Florida. Also, not a lot of overhead lighting, right? And yes, John Be Good, it is all about me. Let's just be honest about that. All right, lavish the praise as we go. All right, so what I did was I did something kind of unusual in my bedroom. So you guys are in my bedroom with me right now. I know that's very exciting for you. Oh my goodness, Liz Galloway, I haven't talked to you in years. How are you? You still in Spain? Yeah, and Tamika, Parenting Goddess. Yay. All right. Yay, people. Feel free to say hi, guys, and chat and ask questions as we go along. You know how I am. I love to respond to things. So what I'm standing in front of right now is actually my closet. So what I did, and you can't really see this right now. Actually, I'll tilt the camera because I can do that, right? This is my closet. Check this out. I basically went to Home Depot and got a bar, hung an old sheet from it. Check it out. Closet doors. Open the closet doors. And kind of draped it and set it in front of it. So you may be saying to yourself, well, how is her camera set up? My camera is on a folding chair on a pile of books on my bed, because that's how we roll. Okay, this is called making it work. All right, it's like Tim Gunn on the whatever his Project Runway that he does, whatever, make it work. So this is called making it work. So this is another good. Doesn't it look like a theater curtain? I actually should steam the wrinkles out of it. But here's the really funny part, because I wanted to get the lighting down pack. Why, thank you, Wayne. It is the biggest mic you've ever seen, isn't it? I may have to get a lavalier mic because this mic is a little distracting, I have to admit. Good morning, Kara. Hello, darling. So I went and took the advice of these guys on YouTube, and guys, you're making me laugh. I went and took all the advice of these guys on YouTube, and I went and bought these work lights. I'll grab one to show you. These are really inexpensive. They're like $7. This one's a plastic one. They also come in metal. I got the plastic because I didn't want it to heat up. And they have a cord, and they have a clamp. Big monster, hard to use clamp, right? And I bought some, I didn't know what light bulbs to buy. So I bought some 75 watt daylight style light bulbs. Well, and I usually have a ton of difficulty lighting this room. I always turn out dark. So I turned on all the lights, which I normally have to do. I opened all the blinds, which I normally have to do. And I set up these two lights, one kind of as an overhead and one kind of off to the side. I was completely washed out. It was totally and completely overlit. So I started turning lights on and turning lights off and turning lights on and turning lights off and opening and closing the blinds. And guess what? It was all too bright. So guess what? I'm standing in a room with no lights on and the blinds closed. And you can see me. Guess why? The dark background. Who knew? Who knew that putting a dark background behind me rather than the white louver doors that I normally have in my closet would completely change how the camera sees me? I want to make a joke about adjusting an aperture, but that's probably completely inappropriate right now. I'll let you make up your own. Yeah. So this is what I'm learning today. So over the next couple of weeks, you may see me show up with different colored backgrounds as I continue to experiment with this, because I have one that's kind of a rusty red and I have another one that's like a pale blue stripe, and I'm going to see basically how things work. I like the navy blue a lot, so I have a feeling that's probably what I'll end up with in the end. But it just completely blew my mind that changing my background would totally and completely eliminate my need for external lighting. Learn something new every day. And here I was, all ready to invest in light poles and those big umbrella-y things that diffuse the light and all of that. And I still may end up doing that, but nonetheless, here it is. So if you are wanting to do more video and you want something that you just need to stand in front of, first of all, I recommend using if you have an iPhone or you've got a decent phone, the cameras on our phones are 100 times better than the cameras on our laptops most of the time, unless you have a Mac. Macs have better cameras. So that's the first thing. So that's why this time I made sure I got a phone that had a high storage. So I've got 64 gigs on my phone. I do delete the things after I delete all the things. I do delete the videos after I download them and upload them to YouTube, because I do save these videos and repurpose them to YouTube for people. We're also, one of the reasons that you see the microphone in front of me is I am experimenting with a really wonderful podcast editor. His name is John Buchanan. He's the editor for She Podcasts. For those of you who listen to the She Podcasts or you belong to the She Podcast group, if you are a female podcaster and you do not belong to She Podcast, as soon as I am done here, because you don't leave, as soon as I am done here, get your butt over to She Podcast and join that group, because it's just a fabulous, fabulous podcasting group over there. But he is the editor for that show, and he is helping me figure out if we can create a weekly show of some kind where I can come in, talk with you guys, interact with you live, give you some great tips, or we can answer questions live. But I can also repurpose some of that content onto iTunes and Stitcher and all those good things so that I can also repurpose that into a podcast. Because you guys, you know, I am all about the leverage. All about the leverage. It's even better than all about that base, because I need to leverage my base. That didn't sound right. Okay. Anyway, so I'm wondering, are you guys, any of you currently doing Facebook Live videos or currently doing podcasts, and you want to do a different, you know, medium? Maybe you're doing only audio and you want to add a video component, or you're doing only video and you want to add an audio component and get more out of it. Because that's really the conversation that we're in, is making sure that we are using, whenever we're doing something, we're using it in a way that we can use it as many ways as possible. Because our time is super, super valuable, right? Way valuable. Big time valuable. So anyone got a question or want to comment? You guys are welcome to post your Facebook. You guys want to, you know, do a little shameless self-promotion here. Yeah, I'm also going to open that up to you as well, because I want y'all to get to know each other. A lot of you are showing up every week on these Facebook Lives that I'm doing, and you're really, really good at what I do. And that's one of the reasons I like to shout people out, because you're awesome. And awesomeness needs to be shared. And that's just the way it is. So that is the long and short of that. So if you guys end up having a question about this later on, and you want to message me here on Facebook, or you want to join me over on my website at StartSomethingCreativeBizSolutions.com, just learn to love the long URL. Just learn to love it. StartSomethingCreativeBizSolutions.com. We can connect there as well. So I'm going to let you guys go as I continue to experiment with this audio video shenanigans that we're doing. And I guess I'll see you next week, if not sooner. Take care, guys.